Hey, ladies and gentlemen! We're headed off into work, we're longboarding in. The weather, it's cloudy, very cloudy. Come on camera, just, you piece of shit. But it's going to be dry all day, so... And I also need to get around quite quickly, so... It's actually quite cold today, but I've left my hoodie at work, so... And ladies and gentlemen, work is finished for the day. It's lovely and warm. Gotta go to the train station though. Hello again, Bath. How's it going? That train was, well, there was one train that was delayed and only had 2 coaches, and then our train, so running late. All done, time to head back to the train station. That was interesting. It was the guy there, I was talking basically about this was less of my admin work. I didn't really tell you what this was. This wasn't really related to the admin work I've been doing recently. It's more related to my project, my final year project and stuff. And I was kind of talking to some people about that. Kind of like networking, let's say, we'll call it that. And the guy there is just like, yes, I was watching one of your vlogs. And I'm like, oh, fuck, how did you find that? If you're watching now, how did you find this? You need to tell me in the comments. But yeah, otherwise, it was interesting. I mean, it's kind of not worth networking about my final year project because I ain't got time to do anything with it yet. But what's that noise there? That sounded like a noise from Hearthstone, that did. But yeah, so otherwise it was quite interesting meeting, learning about how my product could be used for Python based stuff. I need to look into more Python stuff, obviously, because I didn't know half of that existed. I've only done Python for like half a semester in first year, so I'm a bit rusty. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the train station. Man. Sorry, I didn't hear the beat. Yeah, so most of the admin work I've been doing recently has been a combination of mainly YouTube-based stuff, to be honest with you, but also some stuff to do with my final year project. Remind me to think of a new name for that project, by the way, god damn it. But yeah, otherwise, this was like funny project related, and was interesting, to say the least. That's about it, really. Lol. Train station. Next train, 1:30. Home, ladies and gentlemen. What a bloody day. It has been a long one. It's past midnight again. I'm about to head to bed. I've been working. So, what's been going on today? Today, obviously longboarded into town and went to work, which was good fun. It actually was good fun today. I've been writing, in my opinion, some beautiful fucking code. It's absolutely brilliant. And I've managed to decouple this entire thing, and I've managed to reroute it through this nice new fancy way of doing things, and all while keeping the legacy system equally broken, but being like, look how fucking shiny this is. I know every single step works because I've got 30 tests that test everything, or integration tests around the... That's a lie. But it all works, and then everything else still works, so you can have the ugly with the pretty if you're mental, but you can just move to the pretty. It's not that hard now. I've left the green, like, I've arced out the tracks, the galley now for your tracks. All you need to do is fucking lay down them train tracks down and you're set. But no, it was bloody beautiful. And then I went to go have lunch. It was National Go Skateboarding Day today. I mean, I don't know anyone who's got a skateboard, but got a longboard. It's actually a bit, people say, oh, can I look at your skateboard? I don't know what skateboard. Someone asked me in the lift, they're like, oh, can I look at it? I just bought my son a skateboard. I'm like, what company do you work for? Because you don't work for my company. Anyway, that's by the by. So, after lunch, I then went back and I submitted my merge requests and stuff. Did a little bit more cleaning, and then I came across the belly of the beast. I found something which is called the Dependency Factory, which manages every single, like, it's a fucking mess. It's so bad. Like, it's a class. A really big, like, it's a class which I've like debugged through it just looking at where it's going. And I'd separate that onto a project, not a class. It's mental. So that's my, guess what? The next thing I need to try and test is it uses that. So that thing needs stripping apart. And I went through trying to figure out, it looks like there's bits of it that are actually really pretty, that I actually really like. And I think that those bits went first, and then it was a case of just adding shit to the bottom, and it is just shit. So there's this, like, the top 3 methods, which are smooth as fuck, and I'm probably just going to end up pulling them out, putting them into a different class, and just leaving them as they are, because they're nice. I think there might be like one dependency that I need to inject, but then otherwise, good. Well done, whoever wrote that. But then, like, everything below it, it's completely unrelated, like in every way, shape, and form. It looks like, I don't know who wrote that. Like, the annoying thing is that now we've moved to Git. I think we moved to Git recently, and now everything's written by the same person, whoever authorized that thing. So we've lost, like, the ability for me to figure out who the hell wrote everything. But yeah, like, it's so unconnected, and it's just one of them classes where someone's just kind of gone through and just done all of it, and like had 1,000,001 things on one class, which isn't the way we roll. So previously, up to now, what I've been doing is I've been kind of like adapting classes or adapting objects / adding more things in, so that I can like wrap around some of the ugly stuff, or like open up a new door, a newer, cleaner door, so that we can then go, right, okay, we're all agreed on the new door? Sweet, shut the old door, delete it, get rid of it. But this thing is going to be impossible to do that. So it's likely, like, well, there was another thing as well that was just an absolute pig, and I ended up having to just wrap static. It was a big static thing, I had to just wrap it with other stuff to make sure nothing else broke. So everything called the static stuff except mine, which called the non-static version, which was just a injected thing, so I could inject it basically. That's the problem. Like, statics are great in theory, but you can't inject them. So you need something like Microsoft. Anyway, get by the by. So yeah, what I need to do with this one, because I can't change too drastically or delete this object, this big file, I've got to create a new one. And this one I'm trying to figure out. I've got to create a new one that can kind of live in its place, because obviously the objects that are using it reference it. And then it's referenced in the base class, and then the base class is referencing the old version, and I want like several different things in this new version, and it's going to get messy quickly, so I was trying to figure out how to do that. And then it became the end of the day, and I longboarded to the train station for my meeting vis-a-vis my project, which we've already talked about, and then we came back here. Laura picked me up from the train station, thankfully very much, and then we came back, had some fajitas for dinner, sat and watched the referendum debate on TV. Also, by the TV thing, I don't know if any of you watched it. I don't like the new mayor of London. I think his last name's Khan, but I don't know. Is it Sadid Khan or someone? Like, I have initially thought he was really good, and then he's just repeats stuff, and you know, I think the way he repeats stuff, he makes it obvious he's repeating things. And like, you know, when you, like, I know every trick you're trying to do to make people believe you, you know what I mean? So I found him really interesting. But then the fucking walk away, like, best person there was and I don't know her name either, she was the Scottish Conservative Party leader. And she was fucking incredible. Like, she was great. Brilliant. Well done, her. Like, genuinely, if it's possible for you to run for PM, run for PM. Because we have this, well, again, it's the same in most countries, isn't it? Like, fucking America's a bit up a shit creek without a paddle at the moment, because they've got Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton to deal with. And I mean, I know for a fact that Donald Trump's a twat, but I mean, I don't know much about Hillary Clinton. But I know that Bernie Sanders is the one that most British people like. And I think from what I've heard, from the very little I've heard, which I think is like Vlogbrothers videos, Bernie Sanders seems like the way to go, but it's not going to be the way. So that's happening there. Here we have the choice between Corbyn, well, in the next election anyway, it's going to be a long time away. We've got a choice between Corbyn, as it stands, and then maybe Osborne, maybe Boris Johnson. Can we have that Scottish person, please? So, but anyway, yeah. So that was really good. Watched that with Laura. Then like half watched the news. Obviously, we just watched the entire debate, which was all over the news. So Laura headed on into bed, and I went into the office to do yet more admin. I'm genuinely swamped. I feel hugely overworked, and I'm going to try and earn the evening off tomorrow, catch up on some sleep. I think I'm really thankful I'm not going to London. Although, to be fair, sitting on the train for 2 hours, I'd be able to get a lot of work done. 4 hours even, there and back, and I'd be away, and to get free Wi-Fi now on the trains. But I'm glad that I don't have a ridiculously long day that I was going to have, because thingy got cancelled. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's late. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. Also, we're having problems with our boiler, which we've had to email the landlord about. we basically drew straws for it as well, because that's not an email I want to write. Because while we've been here, like, there's been quite a few things that have gone a bit, like the fan broke in the kitchen. We had to have a new washing machine, and now the boiler. And that's like, boilers aren't cheap, are they? So it's like, oh, we're gonna ruin his day. We're gonna ruin his entire month. Because if the boiler's broke, but it's not hot unless we turn on the immersion boiler. It's like a big fuck off water tank, and then you can press a button that turns it on, or it turns on like overnight. And we think the timing thing that turns it on overnight is broken, because it's just not turning on overnight. But when we click the switch, it turns on. But the problem is, like, it's an economy 7 one, so that it works overnight and saves you money and all that. I thought someone just walked past there, but it's like it's your handle. Also, I want my other camera back. God damn! I just want to be able to vlog normally again. I hate this camera so much. Anyway, bedtime, like I say. But yeah, so maybe someone will be coming to look at our boiler. It's gonna be a ball ache. I mean, like, could you imagine if we needed a new one? It's gonna be a ball ache. Anyway, I'll catch you later.